Children, today we are going to start heat chapter. First, you understand what is heat? You must have noticed, children, in winter we sit in the sun or near a heater. Why? To feel warm? Yes, the reason is that we receive heat from the sun or the heater, which we feel warm. Although we do not see heat coming from the sun or the heater. Thus, heat is a form of energy which we can feel but cannot see. So, heat is a form of energy which we can feel but cannot see. The sun is the vast source of heat energy. We on the earth receive heat energy mainly from the sun. The heat energy of sun makes the water to become warm and evaporate from the ponds and lakes, which converts into the water vapor and form clouds. No? So the water vapor from the clouds on condensation turn into rain again, and plant use heat of sun to prepare their food by photosynthesis. So in daily life we observe that on rubbing our palms, they get heated because the mechanical energy spent in rubbing palms changes into the heat energy. So similarly, on burning coal or cooking gas, heat produced, the chemical energy changes into heat energy. On passing current in the filament of a bulb, it becomes hot because the electrical energy changes into the heat energy. All these examples show that heat is a form of energy. When we touch a hot water, we feel warm, and when we touch an ice cube, we feel cold. So this happens because when we touch hot water or tea, you can take, heat energy flows from hot water to our hand, and when we touch an ice cube, heat energy flows from our hand to the ice cube. So thus we can define heat as follows. So heat is a form of energy which flows from hot body to a cold body when they are kept in contact. When heat is absorbed by a body, its temperature rises. While it loses heat energy, its temperature falls. So heat is a form of energy. Now SI unit of heat is joule. In joule we are writing J in small letter and symbol J is capital letter. Why, children? You know why? Reason? Because the name of the scientist Joule name, that is why symbol always comes in a capital letter. Clear? So 1 calorie also is one of the units of heat. 1 calorie 4.186 joule. It in round figure we can take 4.2 joule. So 1 joule equal to 0.24 calorie, and 1 kilocalorie equal to 1000 calorie, and 1 kilocalorie can write 1000 calorie. Clear, children? Now temperature. First of all, understand what is flammable and inflammable substances. Flammable substance, inflammable substances, the substance which can catch fire easily, are called inflammable substances. Which catch fire easily, like dry leaves, when you burn it will catch fire easily. Dry wood, coal, diesel, petrol, it will catch fire easily. Kerosene also, CNG, LPG and hydrogen are examples of inflammable substances. So inflammable means that substance which can catch fire easily, and non-flammable substance just opposite to inflammable. That is big bricks, stones, sand, wet log, or you can say wet wood. Okay, so the substance which do not catch fire are called non-flammable substance. Stone can catch fire? No. So these are the non-flammable substances. Okay, you can see the picture. Now what is temperature, children? Temperature. Temperature is defined as the measure of degree of hotness or coldness of a body. It tells us about the motion of molecules and atoms in a substance. If the substance has low temperature, then its constituent particles are moving at a low speed or they are vibrating slowly. If the substance has a high temperature, then the motion of its constituent particle is fast or they are vibrating vigorously. The unit of temperature is Kelvin. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Temperature and its unit equal known as Kelvin, and it is also denoted as a K. Okay, so the term is derived from the two Latin words thermo, meaning heat. What is this, children? Thermometer. So thermo meaning heat and meter is measuring device. Okay, so in thermometer also temperature measured in the degree Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. There are the three scales are there: degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and degree Rankine. Okay, so thermometer is a device which is used to measure the temperature of a body. The term is derived from the two Latin words thermo meaning heat and meter meaning a measuring device. So thermometer measures temperature in degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit or Kelvin. Okay, so thermometer consists of a graduated glass tube, children. You can see picture containing a thin, long and uniform capillary tube inside it. The glass tube has a bulb at one end which contains a thermometric liquid, either alcohol or mercury. So what is the principle? A thermometer is based on the principle that liquids expand on heating. The extent of expansion is very less in solid and quite high in gases. So what is the quality of good thermometer? A good thermometer should have the following qualities, like have a wide range of temperature, that is low freezing point and a high boiling point, so that it can be used over a wide range of temperature, and none stick to the walls of a capillary tube. Okay, so it expand uniformly, be opaque and clearly visible, be practical, non-volatile. The stem of the thermometer should be made of thick glass to protect the capillary tube against any physical damage. So the bulb of the thermometer should be thin walled so that the liquid inside it quickly attains the temperature of the body. The bore of the capillary should be narrow so that liquid moves through a large length even if the increase in volume of liquid on the thermometer is small. So sometimes mercury being a toxic substance, children. Why? Because it is difficult to dispose of in case of breakage of thermometer, or nowadays, that's why nowadays digital thermometers being used which do not have mercury are used, because mercury is a toxic substance. It will go inside our body, the person may be fatal or dead. Okay, so what is the advantage of using mercury on a thermometric fluid? Mercury expands easily and uniformly on heating. It gives an accurate measurement of the temperature. Mercury can be used over a wide range of temperature, as its freezing point is minus 39 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 357 degrees Celsius. Mercury is easily visible, being opaque and shiny. You must have noticed in your home, when you get fever, your mother use clinical thermometer to measure the body temperature, and you know the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. More than that if found, that means you have a fever. So mercury is easily visible, so that being opaque and shiny, so it gives the accurate measurement of temperature. Mercury does not stick to the side of the glass tube. Mercury is practically non-volatile. Okay, one with the use of thermometer you can do one activity, children. I hope in every home or you have at home thermometer. So how you will measure the temperature of water? So one thing you can do, it is very easy activity, you must do it at home. Okay, take water in a beaker, place the thermometer vertically inside the beaker such that its bulb is immersed in water but it doesn't touch the side of the beaker. Okay, wait till the mercury rises. When it becomes stationary, then you read the mark of a level of mercury by keeping your eye at in a where the stationary point, by keeping your eye in a stationary point. Okay, and you can read the temperature. What is the temperature of water? Okay, you can in small diagram I am showing. Suppose this is mercury. Okay, suppose this is mercury. Okay, take in one beaker some water and pour this mercury, and mercury level graduated 0 to 100 degree or 110 degree Celsius. Clinical thermometer or any thermometer you can take, just place the thermometer vertically inside the beaker and see the mercury rises up to the level. Suppose up to here, you can read, you can mark that point and you can measure the temperature of water. Okay, do this activity, it is easy. And now next class, next topic, revise up to here. Okay.